Well, howdy, everybody. Theresa here with
Brad.
And the Critters. It is Friday, right? Yeah, Friday, June 12th, 2020. I still can't believe it, 2020. Wow. But anyway, at 1:59 p.m. We're just still kind of eating lunch, so you're going to see me eating a little bit here on camera. No, I'm not naked. I have on a tube dress. So I just want you to know, not naked, not naked. No, my hair looks right. I'm not tell you about that. Just is what it is. I haven't really done anything with it. I just been doing some chores and stuff. I swept and mopped the kitchen, and I did dishes, and then I started a whole crock pot of. If you have apples that you think are starting to go, or whatever, I cut up a bunch of them, peeled them, cut them up, threw them in the crock pot. A little bit of cinnamon and lemon juice, and later on I'm going to ask my husband to put in some of the sweetener. Yeah, babe?
Did you say killed them?
Pill.
Oh.
They're already dead though, honey.
I know, but...
It'll be okay.
Okay. You scared me.
So anyway, I'm doing that, and then I peeled some cucumbers and made those into spears and tomatoes, and we had lunch, which was chicken patties and cucumbers, tomatoes, and a little bit of cottage cheese. And so that gives me enough space left in my carb load that I can have a little bit of angel food with. I made a fresh fruit salad yesterday. So anyway, how am I feeling? I'm feeling okay. I'm getting stronger. I'm going to use the peddler today and do my 30 minutes. I'm not as dizzy. I'm still very weak, but like at least now I can get in and out of the shower. I still tell Brad, so he'll keep an ear open in case I need help. We had gotten, before I got into the hospital, I had ordered, it's a bar to help you get in and out of the bathtub, but it doesn't hook to anything. It screws onto the edge of your tub. And so it gives you some, you can do as tight as you want, and you can move it if you need to. But it really is nice to have that help just getting in and out of the bathtub. A little bit of safety. So, what else going on here? Getting very excited. My daughter, her fiance, the 5 kids all leave tomorrow morning to come out here. I can't wait. You guys hopefully will get to see them on camera. If not, you'll at least probably hear their voice. So I'm very excited about that. So is Brad. And Brad's having a really painful day today. But he had to go to the pharmacy because I had a prescription that was called in for me that I needed to have. Which one's smaller? It's really big.
Both of them are really big.
Wow. Holy moly, why?
Well, that's how thick you asked for it.
No.
Yeah.
No, never.
Yeah.
It's angel food cake I had bought a while back, reduced. Sugar-free whipped cream. Not bad.
Come here, Nix. Move. Nixie.
Anyway.
Come on, Nix.
They ain't moving.
Nixie.
Still ain't moving.
Move. Nixie. Come on, move.
Good. Still don't like eating on camera.
Sorry.
What?
For disturbing you.
No, I just don't want to eat on camera. I don't know why. So I better talk to them.
Well,
Them.
Didn't you tell me there's some people that that's all their video is them eating on camera?
It can be very popular.
Wow.
I'm just one that doesn't,
Yeah.
Right now, let's do the weather real quick. Here in Crawfordville, it is 86 degrees, or 90 degrees, feels like 91 right now. High's supposed to be 91. Did I tell you it feels like 91? It feels like 99.
Holy smoke.
Tonight it'll get down to 72. It's supposed to rain off and on. I hope so. Humidity 59%. That's Brad opening up pop. I'm going to stop drinking pop. Anyway, wind is 6 miles per hour from the southeast. Sunrise it was at 6:35, and sunset will be at 8:40. For the most part, oh wait, I didn't tell you guys about tomorrow. Supposed to be rainy all day, basically. For the most part, we've kept with it.
Wow.
It's a low budget thing, if you can tell. Holy moly, noly.
The high-tech production.
Hang on, we have technical difficulty. Back in the old days, there'd be this beep.
Please do not adjust your set.
Yeah.
What can I do?
I need that metal stand it was on.
It's right there.
Where, honey?
The metal hit.
Oh, was it right there? I thought it fell. Sorry, guys. Hang on a minute.
You got it, or you need?
No, I don't have it.
Okay.
I had a little box before it worked better than this. Can you help?
Yeah, what happened to your little box?
I don't know. Okay, wait. Nobody breathe.
Okay, we're not breathing.
Nobody breathe. Don't breathe. You guys don't get excited again because you guys seen what happened. Just calm your jets. Anyway, for the most part, we've stuck with going to bed early. For us, early is like 10. Hopefully, we're asleep by midnight. That's usually when we do more talking, too. And I no longer take my looming stuff to bed. So that helps. I mean, I think there'll be some nights, maybe Saturday nights, I'll go ahead and let myself, because I really like doing that. Spreading out my looming stuff and, you know. So anyway, and we're getting up early, you know. Sometimes Brad won't sleep in because he's been having trouble sleeping lately. He's very tired. He's been in a lot of pain and stuff. But we have a doctor's appointment Tuesday, and we will be addressing that. So, besides that, I'm learning to ask for help and not ask like everything is fine and I'm not in pain or don't feel unwell. I think I'm doing a lot better about that.
You are.
So, yeah, I asked for help. And Brad, I've told him to be quite frank if he thinks I can't do something. Because I know he would never stop me for malicious reasons or anything.
No.
So, you know, he lets me know. It's like, honey, you know, I really don't want you to go in the craft room and go digging around when I'm not home. Because he had to go to the pharmacy. I was like, okay, well, when I get my stuff done, because I was just sitting in the kitchen doing the dishes and cutting up all that stuff. I'm like, I'll just come out in the front room and sit. I happened to just be finishing up when I got home with the stuff in the kitchen. But, yeah, that's different. Learning that I'm not as strong as I pretend to be. I mean, I'm still strong and I'm still recovering very well, but I know there's limitations. And knowing those limitations, accepting those limitations, knowing that you can work toward things being better is what I'm doing. And, you know, it's okay. It's okay that you need help. It's okay that your spouse maybe needs help, or that maybe you're both going to help each other, and that's, you know, the best that we can do. And, but yeah, I'll continue to fight to improve. And blood sugar, diabetes is still out of control. Out of control. So we're going to have to talk to the doctor about what to do next on that.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay. What you were saying earlier, our generation, and you and I are at the very tail end of the baby boomers. You what, sir?
Yeah.
We're the very tail end of the baby boomers. But, you know, we were really pushed to be self-sufficient, you know.
Yeah, and we're first-born children, too.
Yeah, we're first-born children, yeah, so.
That makes a big difference. Especially what's expected of you.
Yeah.
You know?
And something that's been ingrained in us in the last 50 plus years, it's hard to change.
It really is.
How's that with the syrup on it?
Good. Very good. I'm so glad for products like this. Sugar-free. And this is time for treats. Premium served watermelon. And you can get this online. I got it on Amazon. It was a special. It's a 3-pack. Comes cherry, blue raspberry, and this watermelon. You can use it on cake or in Jello, in a soft drink if you're doing that. Ices, that's the main reason I got it for, with ices and that kind of stuff, which I think the grandkids are going to have fun with that.
Yep.
And but products like that really make it much more bearable. I have trouble with, I feel like I'm being stripped of anything I'm allowed to have. Especially with the calcemia, and with the diabetes stuff. It's a psychological thing. I'll get over it. But, it is what it is. But like skinny syrups, I'm not a paid sponsor for any of these people. But skinny syrups make such a vast line of stuff, too. And it's just, very good stuff. Makes you have something to look forward to. So that's what's going on with my health. Brad's health is about the same as it was. He's very tired. He's very, sometimes lethargic. He needs to have his diabetes under control, too. We're both working hard on that. It's like the stuff you see me eat today will be it for the carbs, for the, outstanding carbs. There's something that we want to talk about, and it's a big controversy. And we're not controversial people, so don't get your knickers all in a wad, please, because, we're not trying to be confrontational or anything, but this Black Lives Matter. I really hate that term so much, because to me, all lives matter, not just black, not just white, or any other color. All lives matter,
Yep.
This unfortunate incident with George Floyd, he and the cop that ended up killing him had a long time beef about something when they both worked in a strip club. And so it wasn't just like a random police officer that decided that people wanted to be excessive. It was he saw the chance to even a score or whatever and took it. I really, really am disgusted with Oprah Winfrey. You guys can all tell her that. I don't think she cares. But she's very privileged.
Yeah.
She's gotten very lucky in her life, and yes, she's worked really hard for it. But to now kind of turn the tables and, it's like the commercial is what do we demand? What do we want? What do we demand? And it's like, what? What? I mean, come on now. I am not prejudiced at all, but why is she playing the race card? At this point in time in her life and stuff, I mean, I respect her a lot more when she went into a town in the southern states, the town that never had an African American. She came in there and she did a show to stand up. But this crap that she's doing now, I don't agree with. I mean, I think she's just causing more problems. I mean, do we all have to keep fighting and rioting and everything else? We have a pandemic, and then all of a sudden everybody's out in the streets, half of the people without a mask, rioting. destroying property, destroying people's innocent businesses. You know, is that what you want your kids to see? How you behave during a riot, where you're looting, where you're, destroying and defacing, and, come on. I mean, that's not what we want to teach our kids, or at least I think that's not what we want to teach our kids. What's your feeling on all this, Mr. Heide?
It seems to me that racial prejudices have gotten worse as time goes on than they were like when I was a kid. I hate the whole thing. I mean, like when the COVID was first really in the news. There's so many people that had the attitude of, well, let's go hang all the Chinese. And why? I mean, it's like, I'm sure that they all did it intentionally.
Yeah, that's what everybody was. Not everybody. A lot of people were,
And there's so much. There's so much racial tension, and we gotta let that go.
I want to tell you. Oh, I'm sorry, Hen. Go ahead.
We gotta treat everybody as equals.
Yeah. I'll tell you guys a little story. My daughter and her best friend both bought buses, full-length school buses, to make into schoolies. They stripped everything out of these buses. They painted them inside and out. They made new rooms and stuff because they're going to live in them. Unfortunately, my daughter's friend had problems and had to, kind of sell the bus rather quickly. But anyway, they had painted these two buses black. My daughter loves black. She gets it from her father. Her father always loved black. I like black. She likes black. They painted both buses black. Okay, so they're out in front of their apartment, and they're loading stuff in the bus. Because they've got to be out of this apartment, and they need to clean it and everything. So somebody called the local police and said that they were, now what did they say they were?
That they were bringing in protesters or importing protesters.
Yep. Yep. People that didn't even live here to just cause problems. They hadn't brought anybody in. The license plate is from the county that they live in. I mean, they were scared for their life. They had people calling and complaining. They had people, they were on the news, in the newspaper. So they moved out to an RV park, when they got the apartment done. Ended up repainting the buses white. But it was like, that's the last thing they needed. People were taking pictures of them and their buses and videos and putting it all over the social media. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I missed part of the rioting because I was in the hospital. I got put in the hospital the evening of June 1st. Brad had to call 911. So I don't remember much of the first 4 days I was in there. I didn't even think my husband was even coming to see me. And of course you don't have any cell phone or anything with you because, But in ICU, they don't want you to load up the whole room, even though I had a lot of stuff in there by the time that I got moved up to recovery. But anyway, I put a post on Facebook about how I was treated very disrespectfully and stuff by a few nurses. But what's going on with society? Why the hell are we all worried about this? This was not the first African American man killed, and I'm not being insensitive or not trying to be. There were people of all different colors killed on that day. Okay? I am sick to death when I watch the video. I am. You know, it's just... I mean, it should never have happened.
No.
And I believe that that it was right that they put they fired the cop and he's in jail. I really, honestly, I have to say that. But why there was another police officer just standing there watching? But we don't know the whole dynamics. We don't know the whole dynamics. And unfortunately, I don't believe the police officer that's been fired is going to speak. Unfortunately, Mr. Floyd can't speak.
Mm-hmm.
But with the protesting and stuff, how does that help anything? How does that help anything? How does that help social reform or anything? I mean, I just don't understand it. Are we just making things worse?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and like I said, this is what we want to teach our kids. I now have to be afraid of my daughter traveling across from Wyoming to Florida here. You know, they had to kind of change the route some. Because, I mean, they're still protesting up in Tallahassee and everything. I mean, that's not what this society needs right now. There's so many people out of work. And I think that's making the protest bigger and stuff because there's more people available to protest.
Mm-hmm.
There's more people that, too, they might even not be going to the protest necessarily to speak up for Black Lives Matter, but because it gives them something to do, and they're full of rage and anger anyway. You know, so hey, yeah, let's go to do a protest. I mean, I haven't been able to go and do anything in months, and here's my chance. You know, it's like, come on, people, when I see you guys throwing stuff at police officers, you might not like police officers, but you certainly love to see them when you need them, like a 911 call or anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but throwing stuff and taunting and stuff, and then the police officers having to retaliate, got to end.
Yeah.
Got to end. I mean, you know, like I said, when you have people that are well respected that are speaking up the way that Miss Winfrey has, I've lost all respect for her. You know, I will never watch anything on the OWN channel again.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, what do we want? What are our demands? What the heck? What do you mean? What do I want? To be able to eat cake and not have to worry about it? You know, what are my demands? Don't have any. Yes, being sick has really mellowed me out quite a bit, Brad can tell you.
Yes, it has.
I mean, it was kind of a life-changing event for me. You know, I got that one point in time, and I don't remember what happened. I know you were there. And I had to get up and use the restroom, and when I came back, I said I was done trying to be tough. And it doesn't mean I'm not fighting, but I'm accepting that I can't just pretend stuff away. But I don't know how you guys feel, and I'm not trying to offend anybody at all on my personal opinion about Black Lives Matter. I believe all lives matter. If that had been the reverse, and it had been a white man, and it had been an African-American police officer, would we be really caring? Probably not. Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. Any case in point, it was a horrible thing that happened. You know, it should not have happened.
Yeah.
You know, that is so clear. You know, and my condolences go out to his family. But this whole nation rioting, this is a chance to take out all the aggravations of all the months of being unemployed, and maybe your job is just gone. You know, we have people in our family that's happened to. You know, and maybe they're getting evicted or, whatever's going on. But is it necessary to take it out on, what do you think, hon?
No. It's just, I wonder, I really, really wonder why we teach our kids. There's been several times that I've seen little kids together, and you see all different races, and these kids, they don't see.
No.
They don't see. Well, you're a bad person because you're.
It's a beautiful
Chinese
thing.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. You put baby and toddlers together, and they come up, and it's just, hey, they want to be friends, and.
Yeah. Mom used to tell me that when
Your mom?
Yeah, that when I was really young. I mean, I was under 5 years old. That I can't remember what his name was, but when we were living in Hawaii, and there was a Filipino boy that lived in the same apartment that we did.
Yeah.
And he didn't speak any English, and I didn't speak any of what his language was. But Mom said that we just, somehow we communicated, and we were just best of friends.
Yep.
And it's just it kills me that why as adults we can't do the same thing as these kids. I mean, that
Yeah, like you said, a child is innocent, and they're going to come up and they're going to play with whoever.
Yep.
They are taught to be prejudiced.
Yeah. Yep.
You're taught to be prejudiced. And I will say, I was taught to be prejudiced. And that's just a plain fact. I was taught to be prejudiced against anybody basically that wasn't white.
Mm-hmm.
And I never understood that.
Yep.
I allowed, of course, my children to play with whoever they wanted to play with. It didn't matter what race, what religion, what maybe they were, maybe they were homosexual, maybe they were bi. I mean, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
We've had some wonderful, colorful friends.
Mm-hmm.
When I mean by that, it's just real characters.
Yep.
But it makes me sad, like everybody else, for the nation. I think we should all be ashamed that this is going on. I mean, a lot of us can't help it. I can't help it or anything. But
yeah, and it's just we all gotta work together, and
yep.
I don't remember where that saying came from or anything, but why can't we just get along?
It was another case of an African American that had been beat by the police very badly.
Oh yeah, I can't remember his name.
I can't remember his name either, but wasn't it in California?
Yep.
And oh geez, what?
I know.
It's right on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, and he shouldn't have been beat like that ever. Yeah. But there was some writing, and he's the one that said, can't we all just get along? That's the last thing he wanted was.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the answer is.
I don't either.
I've seen videos of there was a young man who was 17 or 18 years old, and he got stopped by the police. Now, interesting enough, his father worked for another police department in the same county.
Wow.
Like he works like highway patrol.
Mm-hmm.
So this young man got stopped, and he had been stopped before, and he was pretty cocky. And he was usually known to have some marijuana on him, not a big amount, but a small amount. And he got stopped, and he refused to get out of the vehicle. So the police officer tased him. And I don't know how many times he tased him, but then he yanked him out of the vehicle. The young man couldn't breathe. He couldn't stand, and so he basically was just thrown down, and you could hear the impact. And you knew that he'd hit his head and stuff. And he was still alive at that time. He was, you know, kind of moaning and gurgling and stuff. And he was ignored. And he died. You know, and that was another case where that police officer, I'm sure, lost his job and hopefully was brought up on charges. Now, this young man I'm talking about happened to be white. You know, police officer that did it happened to be white. You know, if you ever type in on YouTube, you can see where there is, you know, an inmate that is not treated correctly. And the result of that is either very, very badly hurt or usually death. I think we need to have better training for a police officer. I know we need to have better training for prison guards and stuff. And that's not an easy job.
No, there's no way I could do it.
Is, you know, so I think we need to have better training. You know, I could go on and on. But that's just our take. We don't mean to offend anybody. We have friends of all different races, which I love. And let's just do some peace, okay? I almost died last week, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding on that when I say it either.
No.
I might act like it, but no, I almost died last week. It really hits you that I almost wasn't here anymore.
Yeah.
You know, but I had promised my husband. I got real sick, not this May, but the May prior. I got so sick, and they weren't sure what was going on. And I promised my husband if I started to go down that same road, I would let him call an ambulance, and that's what happened. So, but when you think about your life could be over, you don't want to mess with any of this.
No.
You know, you want to just have a peaceful life and love your family and, you know, make some memories.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait. I'm going to do some squeezing. I am going to do some squeezing when them people get here. They're all getting squeezed. Well, not the new grandkids, because I want to be respectful and not kind of invade their bubble if they're not ready to have it popped.
And scare the hell out of them.
Yeah, because I could.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. I love you guys, and I cherish your friendship so very much. And if you don't agree with my opinion, we're all entitled to our own. So, you know, let's just agree to disagree and still like each other on other reasons. Right, hon?
Yep, exactly.
So anyway, I'm going to let you guys go, and I hope you're having a great day, and I hope you have some fun weekend planned. And I will talk to you guys later. Say bye, Brad.
Bye, Brad.
Bye, guys.